Just dropped by the Pioneer Cemetery in Yale, B.C. Very special spot, very special people, pioneers that came here mostly during the Gold Rush of the 1800s. Much of this cemetery sadly was washed away years ago, my understanding, with a flood, and a lot of the headstones were made from wood, so they disappeared. As you look around, there are still precious souls resting here. Actually, Yale had quite a gold rush. At one point, there was over 20,000 people in Yale in the 1860s, 1850s. It was considered the largest population north of Seattle, Washington. But there are so many stories in here. And sometimes I come here at a very peaceful spot and pay tribute to the lost souls. Here's one, memory of George Roos. Native of Cornwall, England. Age 66 on his passing in 1883. This is sad. A lot of children couldn't get medical aid and lost their lives at a young age during the pioneer days. Let's pay respects to Albert Ward. Precious little fella. He died May 14th, 1872. He was only 4 years old, and now he rests here with a lot of the other people that were pioneers in this area. Here's another one that is still made out of wood. Can't really make out the name. Passed away in 1863 at 58 years of age. Her first name, I believe, was Lillian. William Laidlaw. Now, people came here from all over the world, and here's a gentleman, William Laidlaw, native of Scotland, who died January 5th, 1881, at the age of 50 years. Many people came here looking for their dream gold. A lot of businesses flourished in the area. Now it's just a quiet little truck stop town, really, but a very historic site if you're ever in the area. Here's another special one, Louisa. And unfortunately, can't really make out the full name. Sad, a short life. Died January 25th, 1882. She was born in 1880. So, a lot of children. And as we walk around here, there are a lot of, obviously, places where there were headstones made out of wood, and unfortunately passed away. So we walk quietly around here and respectfully, knowing that we could be walking over the site of somebody's final resting spot. But there are so many special souls here, pioneers, who worked very hard to build a life. Here's one in memory of Charles Evans, who died 1871, at the young age of 32 years. Rest well, Charles. So this is a special spot. Some families still have plots here, family plots that have been here for generations. And you can see some of the headstones are tucked away under the trees. There's a beautiful stream that runs by here, so it is a beautiful resting spot. But there are people here from actually all over the world that were pioneers to the Fraser Valley area. Here's another spot. This is very sad. Amy Lillian died May 4th, 1896. She was only 1 day old. But as you can see, she was honored as a very special member of the family. A very special little girl. So if you're ever around the Hope area, this is the Pioneer Cemetery. And I find it to be a very special spot. There's many of them like this in the world. Perhaps we should spend more time honoring those that have passed and now lay here. Here's another young one, little angel at the bottom of the headstone. Another child, actually. Daisy Sumner, born 1872, passed away 1883. Very sad. And little angel at the bottom of the headstone, honoring obviously a very special girl. So many people, pioneers that opened up British Columbia and made it what it is today. Here's William in the corner. How you doing, William? William Mackenzie, 1815 to 1913, native of Pictou, Nova Scotia, Canada. So like I said, it's a very peaceful place. I was going for a ride and thought I would drop by and of course pay respects to special people, very special people. This is obviously a family plot I showed you previously. I'm sure this may have been the father, David James Crichton. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Crichton. Born April 5th, 1857. Passed away September the 12th, 1930. Rest well, David. And I'm sure that's his young daughter that passed away. And here on this side is obviously the mother, and her name was Mary Ellen. So if you're ever in the area of Yale B.C, it's just outside of Hope where I live, take the time. They gave their time as pioneers opening up this country that we call British Columbia. They sacrificed, and many of them sacrificed more than we can ever imagine. So let's remember the heroes and remember the pioneers. This is the Pioneer Cemetery in Yale B.C. A place to drop by and say hi.